People, what up? What up? What up? How's everybody doing? Thanks for checking in. It's your boy Coach White. Facebook salute. YouTube salute. Salute. All right, let me let my people from TikTok in. Give me 1 second. TikTok, what up? What up? Pray that all is well. Hope your week is going very well. Oh shoot! I just realized. I just realized I was muted. My apologies. Charge it to my head, not to my heart. Let me make sure this microphone is up. The speaker, rather. All right. So, I mean, the first couple of minutes, you won't be able to hear it. But here we are. Hopefully, you can fast forward a little bit. So, let me start that over. What up? What up? Facebook, what up? YouTube, what up? TikTok, what's goody? It's your boy, Coach White. We're going to get right into this, man. I think this is going to be pretty exciting. Let's go over some announcements real quick. Real quick ski. All right, so the Gallery Tells Your Story channel on YouTube. Check it out. Check it out. Check out the content. And give me some feedback, man. I'm definitely looking forward to some feedback from you guys. I think we got a lot of good things going on, especially if you're in the faith community. I think that the content was made for you specifically. So check it out. Let us know what you think. Um, we have books for sale. We have The Invisible Marriage. We have Forsaking All Others, Aiden and Nicole. Both of those books are a part of Aiden's journey. Aiden is the main character of both books. Um, so check it out. Uh, Also, I did, and it didn't. That is available as well on Amazon and Kindle. And then we have 50 Shades of She if you're really into poetry. Uh, Check that out. It's by my wife. Um, yeah, sometimes the Lord used poetry to save your life. Good brother, salute, salute. How you feeling?
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? Thanks for checking in, man.
Cool, man.
How you doing?
Man, I'm cool, bro. Just leaving that gym.
Okay, okay.
Get it in real quick.
Self care is important.
How you feel?
I'm just going over. Good, man. Just going over some quick announcements before we dive in today. Yeah, just feeling good, man. Feeling revived, refreshed, and excited, man. Yep, yep. So, what else we have? T-shirts for sale. Self-love over self-destruction. If you're interested in those T-shirts, I like the message myself. Then send me a message and we'll get those T-shirts out to you. We also have Bible studies every Sunday at 12. We're navigating through the book of Hebrews, Hebrews chapter 9. Last week was a replay of Zechariah 12 and 13. So we took a little break because me and my wife was on a hiatus. But we're back at Hebrews chapter 9 at around verse 13 or 14. So we're on every Sunday from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to get your spirit man right. And that is for you. And of course, tonight is Coach Class with Coach. I'm on me and my brother Jamar, my brother from the same mother. And that will conclude the announcements for the day. All right, man. You ready? You ready to get into this thing, man? This is gonna be some good stuff. All right. Let me close this window here. I'm going to share my screen. I can't see you all black. Yeah?
You already know.
Okay. I saw something you put up. All right, we good. All right. I'm going to change my camera. Now I'm going to share
Oh yeah, I'm in the car.
quote
Yeah.
of the day. All right. The quote of the day says, if you believe something enough, it comes true eventually. And that's so true even with lies. If you tell yourself a lie, after a few years, you'll think it's true. Let me read that again. If you believe something enough, it comes true eventually. And that's so true even with lies. If you tell yourself a lie, after a few years, you'll think it's true. One more time for the people in the back. Alicia, salute. Shay, salute. Thank you for checking in, guys. Here we go. If you believe something enough, it comes true eventually. And that's so true even with lies. If you tell yourself a lie after a few years, you'll think it's true. So my question is, and I challenge all my clients to do this, what are the lies that you believe to be true about yourself? What are the lies that you believe to be true about yourself? I'm going to share my screen again because I pulled up some pretty common ones. I'm going to share my chalkboard. All right, here we go. At the top of this, I just have, let me highlight this. This is the beginning part of the quote. That just screw something up. Probably. This is the first part of that quote. See, okay, there we go. Let me bold this. I want to set this apart. If you believe something enough, it comes true eventually. So what I did on my chalkboard here, on my board, I wrote down some statements, and these are I statements that I have heard some people say, and because they said it, it tells me what they believe about themselves, which also tells me that this is rehearsed. And if you're not careful, if we're not careful, some of these things come from people outside of ourselves, especially the people who are responsible for building our foundations directly. Because there are some other people responsible who indirectly have built our foundations. That's why you have to practice filtering. And it's important that our youth learn to filter at a very early age. All right, so here we go. If this is for you, you can say this is for me. If it's not, and if it was you, then you can own that as well. Here's the first one. I'm not smart enough to do that. I'm not smart enough to do that. Here's another one. I'm not that intelligent. I'm not that intelligent. And remember, I just took a snapshot of the quote of the day. give you guys these quotes as an introduction to every session that we have. The first part being, if you just joined us, if you believe something enough, it comes true eventually. All right? So I'm just giving you some statements that maybe you believe is true about yourself. Because maybe people who built your foundation has told you this so much that you believe it to be true. And now you are repeating the voices from the past that you heard in the present. You are repeating in the present the voices that you heard in the past. So here's another one. I'm not good enough for you. Or I'm not good enough. How about this one? I'll never be successful. How about I don't deserve this? Or I don't deserve you. How about I'm such a burden to everybody? It seems like, here's another one. It seems like I don't ever get anything done. Or it seems like I don't ever get anything right. How about this one? I'm unproductive. I never finish what I start. Here's another one. I'm never good at anything. I'm always messing up. How about these? I'm ugly. I'm overweight. I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. Here's my question to you. Are these the lies that you believe to be true about yourself? Are they so ingrained in the fabric, in the core of who you are, that you believe these things to be true? Are these things validated for you when you look in your mirror? If so, I'm here to tell you that these are the lies that you believe to be true that are destroying you. It is crippling your self-esteem or validating the fact that your self-esteem is already crippled. And check this out, right? How would you approach it if you heard someone you love saying these things about themselves? I think you would have compassion for them. I think that you would encourage them. So the question, TikTok, is, why aren't we doing this for ourselves? When we make these kind of statements about ourselves. That's what I want to know. So, got something for you guys. Let me stop sharing this. Let's go to our article of the day. All right, I'm going to share my screen again. Let's learn together, shall we? This article from Psychology Today, from the staff of Psychology Today. I want you to put this in your vocabulary banks. It's called illusory truth effect. Illusory truth effect. Let's comb through this. I want you to use this as a means to look in your own mirror. And if you are a coach checking in today, I want you to check that out, because this type of information will empower you to empower your clients. Illusory truth effect. So here we go. The illusory truth effect is the tendency for any statement that is repeated frequently, whether it is factually true or not, whether it is even plausible or not, to acquire the ring of truth. If you're with me, say I'm with you. Studies show that repetition increases the perception of validity, even when people start out knowing that the information is false, or when the source of the information is known to be suspect. All right, I'm not going to read all this in detail, but let's go down a little bit. How the illusory truth effect works. This is how it works. Listen to this. When it comes to human judgment, we are influenced by more than just the informational value of content. Among other factors, we are swayed by our experience of information processing. Repeated statements, whether they are factually true or false, are easier to process. They create processing fluency, which lends them validity. If you're with me, say you're with me. The illusory truth effect does not hinge on whether the repetitions occur moments apart or weeks apart. Above and beyond the declarative information in a statement, processing ease is itself a piece of information we use to evaluate the truth of claims. Listen to this. We infer truth from fluency of processing because in the natural world, truth and fluency are correlated. Processing fluency is so equated with the truth that illusory truth effect can occur with other facilitators of fluency in the absence of repetition. Please take note of this. I'm going to scroll down some. Please take in this information. We're going to look at this from a micro perspective. The article is going to give it to you from a macro perspective. So we're going to break it down. All right. Uses of illusory truth effect from a macro standpoint. Listen to this. Because the illusory truth effect operates both on information that is true and information that is false, it is frequently deployed to fuel the deliberate spread of misinformation in service of swaying public opinion. Are you hearing this? After all, people are most likely to share with others information they believe is true. However, recent history has shown that the power of mere repetition to put the imprimatur of truth on misinformation can rapidly undermine individual and population health, trust in institutions and government itself, and the civility of society. All right, let's scroll down a little bit. Listen to this. I want you guys to take this in. We're going to look at, the article looks at countering the illusory truth effect. Listen to this. It is easy to feel despair about the illusory truth effect. There is no way to catch up with the accelerating speed of repetition of falsehoods once they are unleashed on social media. Are you hearing this? Plus, there is a built-in paradox. Correcting a lie involves repeating the falsehood, which only solidifies it further. How then is it possible to counter false claims or even discuss them at all without reinforcing them? I'm going to give you this piece. Cognitive linguistic George Lakoff has proposed a way to correct any lie by framing it with the truth. Check this out, y'all. You begin by mentioning the truth. Briefly mention the falsehood others are spreading, and then describe the correct information. Putting the truth first and last capitalizes on the cognitive capacity of people to remember beginnings and endings more than middles. Are you with me? He says, number one, start with the truth. The first frame gets the advantage. Lakoff has advised on the social media platform X. Number two, indicate the lie. Avoid amplifying the specific language if possible. And then number three, return to the truth. Always repeat truths more than lies. Are y'all with me today? And then the article goes into how can I protect myself against the illusory truth effect? A good way to survive in a post-truth world, says researchers, is to become your own fact checker. It's necessary because most people are biased towards believing the headlines they read. Again, this is a macro perspective. We're going to break it down in a minute. Focusing on the accuracy of headlines in contrast to how interesting things are at the point of exposure prevents misinformation from taking root in the brain. Ask yourself, how truthful is this statement? At that point, you begin a memory search for relevant information, or you can search reliable outside sources of information. Actively rating the truth of claims at the point of exposure keeps people from resorting to feelings of fluency as the marker of truth. Are you with me? So let me go to the next part. I may just stop there. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there. Because now we need to look at this from a micro perspective. Since you got that, all right. So I'm gonna stop sharing the article here. Let's go back to the chalkboard for a moment. Let's see how this all plays out. Let's connect some dots here. So remember, the beginning of the quote says, if you believe something enough, it comes true eventually. So the question is, what do you believe from a micro perspective? What have you repeated? I'm not smart enough to do that. I'm not that intelligent. I'm not good enough for you. I'll never be successful. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve you. How often have you repeated that to yourself? And what exactly is the source of your own self-talk? Have you been told this from your parents as a youth? Or, I always tell my kids, you become like who you hang around. Or the people around you bogged down bogged down individuals who have low self-esteem? Or, on the contrary, are the people around you saying things like this to you? So much so that your self-talk, listen to this, becomes the words that they spoke to you. I'm unproductive. I never finish what I start. I'm never good at anything. I'm always messing up. I'm ugly. I'm overweight. I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. Why is it that we believe that about ourselves? So that's what I want you guys to wrestle with. The question that I want you to tackle is what are the lies that you believe to be true about yourself? Really take into account what you tell yourself on a daily basis. And then after you write all those things out, if I were coaching you, I would have you to connect those words to something. Let's say maybe you don't approach people because you believe that you're unproductive. You never finish what you start. So that self-talk should be something that you connect to some kind of action. I'm not smart enough to do that. So maybe after you write that out, maybe that is connected to you not finishing school. Are you guys hearing me? Are you with me? So when you write these things down in your journal, my challenge to you is to be able to connect it to some kind of action. There's something that you're not doing, or something that you're doing, or there's something that you're saying or not saying because it's connected to something that you believe about yourself that is probably a lie. And that's where the self-work starts. And you will never fully complete your self-work until you start here. So this is on a micro level. What all allows you believe to be true? And remember, let me share the quote again. Let me share the quote. Let's go back to it. We're working backwards for a second. But we're going to close out in a minute. Remember the quote that we started with today. If you believe something enough, it comes true eventually. And that's so true even with lies. If you tell yourself a lie after a few years, you'll think it's true. So here's my question for you in closing. If you believe that quote, meaning if you believe something enough, it comes true eventually, then why not believe some good things about yourself, some productive things about yourself, some uplifting, positive, inspiring things about yourself? Why not do that? You know why? Because we're too busy focusing on the lies that we've told ourselves over the years. So much so that we are defeated. And we can't fathom being that good. We can't fathom being great at anything. We can't fathom being attractive. It's so much easier to destroy yourself That's why I like the t-shirts that I'm putting out there. And I'm gonna start wearing them in a minute, as soon as I order some more. My coaching business is based off of the statement self-love over self-destruction. It is so easy to destroy yourself. And we tend to do what's easy. But it's so hard, or so much harder, to love yourself after you've destroyed yourself for so long. It's too hard. So much so that you don't want to do it. So much so that people, even though we get on here, Jamar and I, we get on here every Wednesday and we talk about journaling. But how many people are actually journaling? It's more important to do work 9 to 5 than to do your own work. How much time and attention do we put in to completing tasks for other people? Why in the world is that more important than completing tasks to make yourself better? If you are under the sound of my voice right now, and you are not someone who smiles at therapy and coaching, and you frown upon it, good luck. Keep going to your homeboys. So, I'm going to end on this note today. Identify the lies that you believe to be true. Write them down. Connect them to some kind of action. And I want you to flip it. Get yourself some coaching. Get yourself some therapy. Get yourself some therapy and coaching. And or surround yourself with people, because you become like who you hang around, that love themselves. And that will love you enough to encourage you, to tell you something different, that will help you in this journey called self-improvement. All right. So that's it for me. That's my sermon of the day. Bring my brother back up. Anything for the people, good brother? Any comments and feedback before we close out? I'm going to open up the floor for you. If not, that's cool. Thank you for checking in and joining the stage.
It's my fault, bro. Yeah, my shit was on me.
Yes, sir.
Now I was saying, if you're willing to change your thinking, you can change your life. So, everything, even if you like the law, like it's a law, like a law of belief, like even at a subconscious level, what you believe to be true and feel intensely becomes your reality. So, people, you gotta watch how you know. Let me make sure hold on. Even watch how you think, because it becomes how I change my camera. Hold up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, camera. Oh yeah, you gotta watch. Yeah, what you think becomes your reality, especially if you think it over and over. You're telling yourself that over and over and over. That's what's gonna happen. So, like I said, you're willing to change how you think, you can change your life. So keep positive thoughts there, because the subconscious mind, the mind don't know if you plan or not. So telling yourself I'm ugly, or I don't think I can do this. You keep telling yourself I can't. Or you tell yourself you're sick, your body end up, you don't know. So it's going to end up, you're going to end up becoming sick. That's going to become your reality. So whatever you want your reality to be, speak it first. Speak it, visualize it, even how you may be. If you see yourself or patient, speak that to yourself and then visualize it, and eventually you will become that. Because when you're
Yes,
speaking
sir.
it, you're gonna start putting the actions together. They'll go along with what you're speaking about. That's why you keep saying
Yes,
it over
sir.
and over. So, um, yeah, it's just change how we gotta change how we think. Let's keep positive thoughts in our mind. And like you said earlier,
Absolutely.
why should you your environment plays a big part in that.
Mm-hmm.
Environment plays a big part in that. So journaling, meditating, all these little tools, they here to help you. They here to help you build, you know what I'm saying? So you need to use these
Absolutely.
tools, coaching, um, whatever, therapy, journaling, meditating. These are tools you can use to help
Mm-hmm.
you evolve.
Absolutely. 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 Thank you for the feedback, good brother. Always great to see you as usual.
Always, bro.
And TikTok, Deborah, thank you for checking in. Caden, thank you for checking in. Lord willing, we see you guys next week. All right. Peace. All right. So in that, I think my people's great turn this dryer on, so I don't want that to